right. Welcome back to Notorious Rollers, Dungeons & Dragons. We are playing Loraeyn, our first campaign. This is the 4th episode, and today we have a sponsor. The sponsor is our mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you mothers out there. We are recording this on the 9th of May, Mother's Day. On last episode, our heroes dreamt of their past. They woke up finding themselves revitalized and powerful, but with more questions than answers. Returning to Arcanine to find assistance with locating the bandits, our adventurers found themselves for the first time able to roam the city as they pleased, shop for better items, and explore. Our adventurers identified magical items, found a guide through the Elentine Forest, and were followed through the city streets. Using the map provided by Dyrr, an elf by looks but human by nature, they easily located the bandits. Fell into all sorts of traps set by them, but easily thwarted the bandits. These bandits were the magic hunting sorts, attacking many caravans. Our heroes found many items of interest, even a rusty, dull cannon. They put their brains together and decided it would be a good idea to bring this cannon back to the blacksmith for some coin, because the blacksmith had relayed that he needed more iron and was short on supplies. Returning to Arcanine, they find themselves on another quest. Who killed Lieutenant Briggs and who killed Nobleman Hone? Adventurers, you've done well to equip yourself and make some coin. You all find yourselves at the sheriff's office, where Sheriff Honor told you you could find the bodies, that they were all, and that's where we will begin today's adventure, at the bodies behind the sheriff's office, and we are trying to figure out why they were murdered and who murdered them.
I'd like to start by examining the bodies.
All right. Upon examining the bodies, you notice the bodies are very cleanly cut with slashing weapons, and very moderate and large slices at that. It wasn't like they were killed by daggers. Whoever killed Hone and the guards, they knew how to use a blade. And you also notice that Hone's head is completely cut off and missing. Looking at this, Thorn kind of like looks at you guys like, ugh. Mercy, whoever killed Hone must have known him personally. I'll leave it to you all. We could do a few things from here. We could go to the murder scene. He said he was murdered in the cabin in the woods. Or we could ask around town to see if anyone saw anything today, or the day that happened.
Dwarf, is there only one blacksmith in this town?
We can only see one blacksmith. Do you need some type of specialist? We can try to ask around for maybe a specialist that you need.
No, I remember him having this giant two-handed blade. And he sold it to someone. Does anyone remember his name?
Well, by my recollection, he didn't sell it to anybody. He said he was still making it. When we left a couple minutes ago, he was still hammering on the thing.
I'm going to ask the blacksmith.
We should try to look for anybody who may have been like an enemy of, like, is it a captain?
It was Lieutenant Briggs, man.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can find any enemies or any witnesses to what happened the day before.
All right. Well, I got a hunch. If we need to know anything about what happened, Mira, the barmaid, would probably know a lot. Derek, the orc said that Derek knew something about a weapon. We should go ask Derek what happened to the weapon. And we could also go to the guard. Maybe we could find a couple guards that might know what have happened. Maybe there's like a lieutenant that does the posts, would figure out why the recruits were on that assignment. That's my best guess. What would you guys want to do?
At this point, have we just left the tavern or the...
So you guys all ended last episode at the blacksmith, and I believe, you guys got everything identified at the potion shop after being at the blacksmith. So you guys came over to the sheriff's office from there.
Where would you guys like to go first?
Truthfully. Okay. Truthfully, I believe that somebody would have seen something and already said something by now. It's possible that this might be we might be going in a little over our heads just thinking that if we question random people, now yes, the barmaid might know something. But don't you think she might have already said something? So there might be more factors at play. So I think we should ask around, but the very next thing we should do is go to the scene of the crime.
I agree. You never know what you'll find asking people. They might not even know what they're looking at. But we should also make sure we figure out what happened at the murder scene.
I think we should go talk to Mira.
Does she have more grog?
No, and unfortunately there was the one grog sent with you. It was sent after you from Dranoth. So there's no more grog for you now.
Still gonna ask her to make me some more.
All right. You guys head out from the sheriff's office. It's honestly right next door to the tavern. It's not too far. It's on the northern side where the royal manor is, the inn, and the common shop. So you guys head over to the bar. Mira, as you guys enter in, there's a few bards playing their instruments on stage. They're singing humble music. It's still midday, so it's not crazy busy in the bar yet, but there's a few people, drinking around. And Mira's cleaning off her bar, making a couple drinks for the people who are there.
I go up and ask the barmaid if she's seen anything about a murder.
Well,
Or heard anything about a murder.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. I just make my drinks here. Now, what do you mean murder?
Somebody got a haircut and it was a little bit too close. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, I haven't seen too much in the past few weeks. You know how bars are. People pass through. The regulars empty my kegs. You yourself needed your own keg. You know what? Now that I think of it, there is a local mercenary staying in the noble suite. He had a lot of coin. He bought the room out for a week. Now, would you be talking about Hone's death?
Whose death it matters not. Do you mind making me some more grog?
I cannot. Unfortunately, that is a orc-style drink. Unfortunately, we don't know their ways. We got a good honey mead, though. I know it doesn't do much for you, but if you drink enough, it might.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Okay. Now, one thing I want you to know, I know that Hone's dead. Did you speak with the Nor, by chance, about the murder?
We spoke with Sheriff Honor, and he's very distraught and upset. And we need to find who committed this crime, or he is going to die.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful. I know he's got a lot on his chest. He came to me in the middle of the night, after a shift there in Elentine Forest. He was drinking a lot. He was really sad. He needs all the help he can get. Is there anything else I can help you fellas out with? I got drinks. I can get you warm food. I can make some. We got some chicken from the local farmers. They decided to give us a early rotation of chickens. I guess they bred pretty good this season.
Do you know the name of the person who rented the room that you just discussed?
He didn't give me a name. He gave me gold. He's actually like the big fellow here. He's an orc, but he's got like a darker skin tone. Not quite as green, but he didn't give me a name.
Maybe he has grog. We should go and find him.
By all means, you can go upstairs. You could check to see if he's still in his room. I think he's a bounty hunter. I wouldn't know whose bounty he's on, so he might not be here. He might be out hunting. But you can certainly check the room he's in.
We will certainly do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and knock on the door. If it's locked, he only has the keys. So you'll have to see if he's there.
Alright.
Alright, so obviously it's a 3-story bar. You guys have been on the 2nd story, but you guys never went to the 3rd story of this bar.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you guys will walk up. You guys walk up the flight of stairs all together, kind of crowding the stairwell. It's a tight squeeze for a party of 5.
Do we know which way this suite is at?
It's obviously at the very top. It's as you guys go up the stairs, the rugs and the light fixtures seemingly just get more rich in nature. It's obviously the noble suite's up at the top floor.
Okay, then we shall make our way to the noble suite.
All right, you guys get all the way up there, and there's a door in front of you.
Can we try to open the door?
Certainly, you guys open the door. The swings open, and sitting in a lounge chair in the room is this. He's quite tall. He's got dark green complexion. He's standing at 6'6". He's got a nice tight leather tunic to him. He's wearing red flags on him. It's like a crest of his tribe. Rippling muscles, top to bottom. And Kerbec, you would also know that he would be a monk of Grumish based on his clothing. So, as a monk yourself, you do worship Grumish. Now, you aren't terribly loyal to only Grumish, right? You do your own things, but you would notice that with his clothing, he is a sole monk to Grumish. He doesn't do anything else except for worship Grumish and what Grumish desires. He's wearing leather sandals, and he has a weapon on his hip. It's a dagger, but it's a big dagger. It's about the size of a normal person's palm.
Do you have any grog?
He kind of looks at you guys like, why are you opening my door?
Somebody said you had grog, and I came to pay you for it.
So that means you can open up my door? Why don't
It
you
wasn't locked.
Why don't you knock?
Can I use charm on him to try to make him not as upset that we didn't?
Jesus Christ, I guess you can use charm on it.
And if that doesn't work, intimidate.
What? I guess roll. Use charm.
Well, how do I do that?
You hit the roll button there on the left. So hover over charm and the dice on the left. To the left, it's like an inch to your left from there.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
right there.
That's
Yeah. Go ahead and cast spell.
yes on this.
Yeah. Alright, so he has to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. Which he doesn't make. So he's charmed by you. You have him fully under your spell. He's like, oh, I would do anything for you.
I want to interrogate him for information.
Give me the grog.
Ask him the questions.
Good sir, do you know anything of the murders that have taken place recently?
Absolutely not.
What is your business here?
I'm hunting a runaway elf noble. They want him alive. I even have the parchment here. He goes into his pack on his side, brings out this nice piece of parchment paper that's got a golden ribbon and golden etchings, and hands it to you. And on that parchment it says, wanted elf noble, and it has like a drawing of him. It's a fair elven noble. It's got like a really long soul patch. Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, this is what I was doing here.
And
Ask him if he has any grog.
I'm not asking him if he has any grog.
Give me the grog.
You know what? I've got a pouch of grog. I actually don't have anything more than that, but it's yours if you want it.
Thank you.
He's talking to me.
Oh.
Do you want it?
Yes.
He hands it right over to Serenity.
Here you go, Kerbec.
Yes. I stored that away for later in my pouch.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
One moment, kind sir, and I kind of group up the guys together in the corner. Is there any other things I should ask him?
Give us our gold.
Serenity.
Yes.
Serenity.
Yes.
We should ask for the parchment so we can find the person in the role.
You want to take his bounty paper? We're trying to find a murderer here.
Shh, it's fine. Wait, aren't you a paladin?
I know, dude.
That's not very paladin of you, sir.
No. Let me suggest that. Take the parchment.
But the bounty is to strike somebody who is evil.
No, it's not. It's to capture somebody.
You know, I can hear you guys. It's a runaway noble elf.
Shut the fuck up. You're not talking to you.
We're whispering in the corner very loudly.
Just ask for the paper.
Take the paper. Somebody take the paper.
Good sir, can I have your parchment?
By all means, have it.
Is there anything else that we should know?
Does he know where a cannon is?
I'm not asking that to Kerbec.
Oh,
You have enough
Serenity.
cannon money.
Ask him to forget about this.
Would you be willing to forget about this little situation that just happened?
I don't think that works like that. I will remember this, yes. But I really like you, and I'm happy I did this today.
Oh, you're welcome, as I kind of just shuffle off to the end of the door. Let's get out of here, guys.
okay. I got what I came for. Let's go.
Alright, so you guys now have a parchment paper written in Elvish. Does anyone here know Elvish?
I do comprehend languages. Is that just spoken word, or is that actual, like, writing?
Let me just look at the language real quick. Kerbec does not. Gregor does not.
You also understand...
Nameless would be able to read this, I guess.
It says you can also understand any written language that you see from me as well.
If you use the spell, yes.
Oh. I prefer someone who can do it, so I don't have to use my
yeah.
last spell.
So, Nameless is the only person who can read written Elvish, but yeah.
Okay, give me the stupid paper.
Here you go.
Alright, so you hand over the parchment, and written down, it's got this very nice, like, drawn picture of this elf. Again, it's got, like, a long soul patch, and it's got, like, a long man bun sort of thing, very sharp elven features. You guys would know, like, you guys would all, if you saw this elf in person, would be able to recognize him immediately. He's got pretty distinct, sharp features with the soul patch. Under there, you can see that it's a 500 gold reward. It says that he's not unfriendly, he's not dangerous, but he was last seen going towards the Ghost Marshes.
The what?
The Ghost Marshes.
Ghost marshes, okay.
Serenity, you would know this as the marshes that separate the land from the Water Kingdom.
Ooh. I know where this is at, y'all. I think we should focus on the mission at hand at first, but we'll definitely hold on to this little piece of paper.
Yes. We should go to these death marches later.
I believe the next thing we should do is go to the scene of the crime.
Didn't we? I thought we were gonna possibly go to the blacksmith.
To the blacksmith.
Because if it's a weapon, he might be able to identify it, or he might have known he sold it to somebody.
You guys didn't pick up, like, the murder weapon.
We can see there's obviously, like, cuts, right, on the body. You said it was decapitated. We can ask him if he sold anything that could, like, easily just, like, cut down somebody, right?
Yeah.
With enough force, I mean.
Yeah.
But let's do it.
Alright, so you guys leave the tavern, and no issues getting out. Mir kind of smiles and waves at you guys. Obviously, you're not being followed. He's happy and he's charmed, and he's going to stay that way. You guys
get his money.
Well, charmed NPCs aren't just going to give you all the money, right? Like, obviously, he's memorized the parchment. Will probably continue to hunt this elven because he can remember words. But yeah, no, you guys make it across town. It's not too far, the blacksmith, and you guys are going up. It starts to smell like burnt, coal. You can hear the hammering of steel and iron in the distance, and as you're approaching the blacksmith, you do see a large figure, which would be Dyrr, in his leather apron, hammering away at a very, very large sword.
Let's see. Derek, how's it going?
I don't know your name.
Doesn't matter.
All right, what can I do for you?
We need you to look at some bodies, or we can describe some body slashes, and we need you to tell us if you know the weapon or something that could kill them.
Sure. Did you bring the bodies?
Why would we bring the bodies?
Why would you ask me to look for bodies if I don't know where the bodies are?
Sorry, I meant to describe them.
All right. What did they look like?
One had their head completely cut off, like in one fell swing.
So slashing weapon.
And that's all I know.
The other one had, what kind of cuts on it?
Like clean cuts. So obviously.
Like multiple stab wounds, or like?
No, just cuts.
Just like. To inflict pain?
Like slices, like arms were sliced off.
Okay.
And then they were very clean, so whoever struck it down
so
was experienced.
So someone probably had their knife sharpened recently or something like that.
Possibly.
I'd like to ask him that if he recently sharpened anybody's knives, or not knives, but blades.
So, yeah, sure. So you ask him that, and he's like, so sharpening, I haven't sharpened anything. I'm currently fixing Sheriff Nor's sword. I'm currently building this new two-handed sword. I'm going to try to sell it for a good amount. And I did sell a sword to the traveling orc mercenary. Not this one, but the other one. He said he had to do something about a bounty. I didn't bother remembering. He kind of came and went. If you're not looking for weapons, some things I was doing, I was fixing some locks for Mira. I did that yesterday. She'd surprise you, that woman. She can pick a lock. But that's really all I've done for the past week.
Where is this woman?
Mira, the barmaid.
I forgot her name.
Our cannon wasn't safe in her care.
Can you clarify something for me? Did you say there was 2 orc missionaries, or
No,
just the one?
Just the one.
The one. Okay. And he said that he sold him a sword.
Yeah. Which you guys didn't even get his name.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Oops.
He's gonna voluntarily give you guys information.
You bet him.
Oh, that's so silly.
And last time we met, you guys, about 20 minutes ago, gave me that cannon. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a lot of work before I can get that melted down. It's going to take me at least a month, but I do appreciate you looking out for me.
No problem. Say, do you know what that gnome has been doing? Because we saw something that I kind of want to forget, but kind of don't.
He's into all kinds of crazy things. I don't quite understand how magic works, but other than that, he keeps to himself.
Okay. Is there a lady that was missing?
Well, his wife died like 20 years ago, but other than that, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I don't think we're going to get much more information out of him.
Be the next one back.
Are you crying, Ryan?
It's so good, dude. I didn't write that. That's.
Oh, Lord.
Fucking never feel the goddamn gnomes. Alright, let's go to the crime scene so I can forget what the hell I just heard.
Yep. So yeah, absolutely. So Thorn's kind of looking around. He's like, I don't know how much more information we're gonna get. It's all kind of weird. Anor's, I don't know, kind of weird. But we'll go to the crime scene and see if we can find anything there.
So we head on our way to the crime scene?
All right. So yeah, you guys are heading on your way. It's just a direct path that goes around the Arcanine up into the forest. It's straight on the path. So while walking into the forest, let's go ahead and who would like to make a investigation check?
Ooh, what are my stats? I forgot.
I will.
The dwarf should. But yeah, go for it.
All right. So yeah, absolutely. So while walking through the forest, down the path, you guys notice 3 sets of horse tracks going towards the house, and you see 1 set of heavy plate boot tracks leaving.
Ooh. Okay.
As you guys approach the cabin at the edge of Lake Elentine, the first thing you guys notice are 3 dead horses discarded into a pile by the front door. They look like they've been decaying for quite some time, and they have like maggots crawling out of their eyes, flies buzzing around. It smells putrid and awful. Like some of you guys start kind of gagging at the smell. It appears some local predators have been feasting on the corpses. Guts and bones are spilling out, dragged along the dirt. It's very messy. You notice that on appearance, the same weapon that would have killed the guard, the lieutenant, and Hone, it looks like it's the same cuts on the horses as well. So you guys go up to the cabin. One second. Yep. So you guys go up to the cabin. First thing you notice is that the door is completely broken off the hinges. There's a huge imprint of a boot, and most of the fighting appears to have taken place in this landing. All right. So, what'd you guys do?
Go inside, steal all the gold.
You can make an investigation check.
I shall do that then. Investigation.
So you don't find any gold, but you do find a lot of parchment paper, some inkwells, some feather pens, and you guys find a lot of books. It looks like this is kind of like a relaxation tavern. There's some paperweights around a desk. There's not much. It just looks like he does a lot of reading and writing whenever he's here.
Oh, this is useless. Let's burn down the shack and then go back.
So, with that investigation check while you're walking around, if you really wanted to know, there's only blood really in the landing. It looks like that the front door was broken off. The back door, though, let's go ahead and Nameless actually roll an investigation check to see what she can find here. All right, so 12 certainly passes. You would recognize that the back door was picked open. You can tell by looking at it that it wasn't any kind of forceful entry. And you do notice that there are 2 sets of tracks walking to the back door.
That's a lot of tracks.
Hmm.
So you said the tracks were coming out of the house or to the house?
So imagine like the cabin's in the middle of the woods, right? So going north to the cabin, there were 3 sets of horse hooves going north, 1 set of plate boots going south, back to Arcanine, and then there are 2 sets of prints coming from the forest, sort of north, but more like, let's say, northwest-ish. Just 2 sets of smaller leather boot prints. Size like 8.5.
There's a lot of players here.
Is it possible that we could split up and follow each path?
Well, you guys already went north and south, right? So you guys already knew where the horses went. You saw the horses, and then the plate boots went back to town where you guys came from.
I think he's talking about the second set of tracks.
The second set of tracks, they're walking together. It's two sets of tracks walking side by
And
side.
they were leading towards the cabin.
They were leading, yeah, well, they're towards the back door of the cabin, which is on the north side.
So
We should look for tracks for where these footprints might have gone, because if they're only coming towards the cabin and we don't see where they are, therefore, are they still here?
Okay. Yeah, certainly. So you guys can start looking at the tracks. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some survival checks on the board. I think Thorn's going to help you guys here because he's a ranger.
what do I do? Do I click this? Do I have to do it?
He's going to go ahead and roll with advantage because his favorite prey, 1 out of 2 humanoids, is Dro.
Hey, am I doing it?
No. So Thorn...
I got a 17.
Yeah, Thorn's got a 17, so he's got the sniff for these footprints. He can follow them. So you guys don't get lost following these prints. Thorn's a master of tracking at this point, and he's going up and down bends around trees. He's having no problem. Even though they were light-footed, Thorn really followed these tracks really well. It's like he's almost hunted this kind of person before. So you guys do get a fair way into the forest at this point, but you guys start noticing there's larger tracks at this point, and it is not humanoid whatsoever. It looks like massive like trees were uprooted and dragged along the ground, and Thorn points to you guys that the footprints are kind of scattered around, kind of like the 2 people were fighting. Or uplifting trees of some sort. Let's see who would be the best nature check here?
So perception or nature?
Yes, it would be nature.
I don't have any extras on those.
I don't think anyone would really know this since no one's from a foresty area. We don't have any elves here.
I think the orc should do it.
Should we all try?
Yeah, if you guys want, we can all just roll probably with disadvantage.
So
Okay.
what do I do? Click on
Nature without disadvantage.
Oh.
Alright, so let's go ahead and say Nameless, Serenity, and Thorn. Can all recognize this? And he kind of looks at he's like, by means, could have this been one of those tree walkers? Big old alive trees? It looks like it was walking here fighting these two people.
Would we know what that is?
You guys would, so I mean,
Understand what he's talking about?
Kerbec has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, Kerbec would not know. Everyone else here would kind of know stories of, from, childhood stories of Ents and trees, and the tree people. It's an elven tradition. Elves actually sang to trees and awoke trees, basically, and the trees became alive after the elves sang to them. At this point, let's go ahead and we'll have Nameless roll a perception check. 6. Oh, that's a natural 1. Anyway, so at this point, you don't really see anything. But you guys all kind of know that there might be an Ent or something was uprooting trees, and you know that these two small foot tracks were not the people uprooting these trees. You guys keep following them?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Time to find tree.
So, we're going to go ahead and switch a few things over at this point.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. One second. How do I do this? Sorry, I did have this. I apologize for the technical delays. I could do this one.
Zipper burning your dick.
Oh, stop.
What?
You want to start plugging that into like right now?
Is it gonna, do I need to say right where it's at, or do I need to move it?
You can move it closer.
Where's your fucking belly buttons?
Okay.
You want to put?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you want me to do? Where am I going?
Sorry guys, I had this earlier. Of course, our viewers can see this, but we can't. Let's go ahead and just share our.
What was that?
I had it.
You. Hello.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go here. So you guys can now go into Discord and look at my screen.
What?
Alright, so you guys, at this point, you guys see this?
Yes.
Alright, so you guys are following these tracks, obviously wooded area. I'm going to go ahead and show these. So Kerbec, this is you.
Hey! Hello, Mini-Me.
Yeah, hello, me and you. Gregor, we got you over here.
Hey.
Hey. And we got Serenity.
Ooh, ooh.
We got Thorn over here looking like a BA. And we got Nameless here in the back.
Oh, cute.
Looks like Batman.
Alright, so where would we be in order following these tracks? Obviously, Thorn's in front following them.
Are you saying like who would be behind him?
Yeah, where would you guys be behind them at this point?
I prefer to stay more towards the back.
Alright, so we got Spellcast in the back, and let's just assume Gregor and Kerbec are kind of walking around.
Dwarf always going in front of me, so I can
I'm
take
not like right behind anybody.
You like right here?
Yeah, as long as I'm not behind anybody.
Alright, so you guys walk up and you guys see this massive dead ant. He's just laying down over here on his side. You notice that he's got a lot of battle wounds at this point. Go ahead and make perception checks for me, everybody.
Oh, and what'd you say? Which one?
Perception.
Just normal? Normal?
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that a natural one for me?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is a natural one. But out of those rolls, let's go ahead and say Nameless, Kerbec, both see this. Everyone else doesn't see it right off the bat. On this base of a mountain, right at the top, there are going to be 2 dark elves.
What does it
Sitting
show
on-
'em? So I know what they look like.
We've got Dark Elf 1 and Dark Elf 2.
Let's see. Which one looks more puntable?
So Kerbec, I don't believe you see this.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Are these the same dark elves that try to kill me?
They are.
Cool.
All right, so obviously you guys see this, but you also notice that they are looking right at you. You guys don't. Okay. So you guys see them looking right at you. Nameless, you see them as well right off the bat. Kerbec, you kind of make out the shapes, but you have no idea who they are. And you, as you guys walk up towards this dead tree walker ant, you kind of hear laughing in the distance. You can see the ant's face is all scarred up and slashed. You hear the laughter sounds feminine in nature, and it's not the tree laughing. Fitting, isn't it, Zlindra? What's that, Zestra? None of you can really see who's talking, but you can see that it, or you could kind of perceive that it's from that area. Fitting is it that our little sister can't finish her own destiny, to die. We could help her. You all hear like slicing of blades, like, you know, how they're sharpening each other, rubbing against each other.
You might want to knock on wood first.
We've already sliced this wood, hon. We're like, we should slice you. Mother wouldn't like knowing she's still alive. Lolth knows I'd hate being a drider. If an oar only followed up with his end of the bargain, we wouldn't have to do any of the dirty work. At this time, you all see coming out from both sides of this ent are these 2 drow women all within range of you guys, as you guys all kind of walk up. Nameless, obviously you recognize that the drow on the right is Zestra. That would be Zestra Mizrin. She was a drow married out to House Mizrin in order to bring peace between the 2 houses. Women in drow society are much more powerful than men. Most are gifted in powers of magic. Most people in Gregor you would recognize, or nah, well, Grigor, you wouldn't know. Sorry, I apologize. A gifted woman is a much greater gift than potentially losing women in a war to eliminate another house. Drow societies are constantly trying to eliminate other houses so they can become more powerful. Zestra stands at a staggering 6'4", very tall for a Drow, and she's very slender with blood-red eyes, braided white hair back into a bun on the back, and she smiles abnormally large with abnormally large canine teeth in her smile, too. Zalindra is on the left, and her name is Zalindra A. Darren. And she stands a bit shorter at 6'1", but she is much more muscular and very curvy than the other one. She has silver hair in her ponytail, violet eyes that pierce the veil in front of you, and you see that she has 2 curved swords as she's slicing them together, making that ringing noise that blades make. Both Zestra and Zalindra are wearing dark leather armor with dark hooded cloaks that make them almost invisible in the darkness. However, they've stepped out of the darkness, and there's still a fair bit of blue light left in the sky that makes them barely visible. Zestra kind of looks at you guys and she says, "Tell me, Nameless, are these people your pets or are you their captive?"
Keep your stupid mouth shut. I'm gonna cut it out of your face in a second.
She kind of smiles at you and she bites her lip, and you can see a little bit of blood going down from it, and she licks it up and she's just happy to see that. And Zalindra on the left looks at you. "To be lesser than a male, Loth would never accept you back. You might as well volunteer to be a Drider and save yourself the pain."
Well, it's a good thing I don't want to go back then, isn't it?
Why are the Drow so kinky?
Zestra looks over to Zalindra. She rolls her eyes large enough for you guys to see. "Stop playing with our food. She must die. Loth demands it. She must not learn who she really is." Actually, let's do perception checks for everybody at that point.
Can I just keep the one I had? That was nice.
Yes.
Yes, thank fuck.
I'll never pass a perception check.
No, you will not.
No.
So we have pretty much everyone passing except for Grigor. For a brief moment, everyone except for Grigor, you saw both of the Dark Elves standing in front of you kind of flick their hands up, and the entire Ent and yourselves get covered in darkness. Anyone without dark vision will be blinded and will be at disadvantage on the darkness that they provided. Nameless, you'll actually be able to see this because you're a Drow in nature, so this does not affect you. You can still see through most of it, but you do get blinded at a certain distance. I believe it's about 60 or 30 feet.
It's at 30 feet for Jade, too.
So you guys all hear this maniacal laughter in the background. And it's in a voice you guys all recognize. The darkness begins to thin out and disappear. Standing in the darkness is Nameless. Now, there's also Nameless right next to you all as well. There are 2 Namelesses. Both Zestra and Zalindra are... Well, I mean, let me just double check here. So, Zestra is still here. Zalindra disappeared in the darkness. But Zestra's still there. We'll go ahead and use her token. She is a carbon copy of Nameless. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
How do I do that?
You go to your character. Oh, actually, let me add you guys real quick. Because we're using the battle map, I have to just throw you guys onto a scene real quick.
Ah, catch you.
I don't know where initiative is.
No, I'm gonna get everybody here.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dark combat state. It takes so long. Oh, did you put yourself in combat state?
No. That didn't happen. Damn it.
Zestra.
All right, so yeah, we'll get there. So you guys are all now in initiative. Again, just to go ahead and explain everything, there is a nameless in front of you. You cannot differentiate between the nameless standing next to you and the nameless in front of you. Zestra is still beside the Ent. She's like 30-ish, 35, 40 feet away. And it doesn't appear that she's going to go into this encounter. She kind of speaks in this undercommon voice. Only Nameless would understand what this is. She says, "Sick him, kill him." And out of what is Nameless in front of you guys, the second Nameless, you can only hear this. It completely, you just do not understand this garbled mess of just evil. It's gross sounding. So you guys, actually, sorry. Let's back. Let's back a little bit here.
What is it, Kerbec have?
Before this Nameless attacks you, Zestra looks at you guys. Now, you guys can make eye contact with her. She's fairly close, again, within 40 feet. Nameless meets Thaldra Dyrr, a memory of your past. Before you shamed your house and Loth. Thaldra, kill them and take your rightful place beside Loth. At that point, Zestra is not going to be in this combat for this round, but Grigor, you can go ahead and make a combat roll if you'd like.
Why does Kerbec not have a number?
I don't know, but I'll go ahead and roll for Kerbec.
That's basically the same one I already rolled.
Alright, so you guys can Nameless 2 is right here in front of you guys. And that is within walking range of each one of you guys to walk up and make melee strikes.
Alright. So, first of all, I'm going to understand that the Nameless that I'm going to be swinging at is the one that is closer to the Treant. Because I know that one is the right Nameless.
You look over your shoulder, you make eye contact with the Nameless, she nods at you, you look back at the Nameless in front of you, understand that that's the evil one.
Alright. Then I'm going to roll for attack.
Are you going to use your +3 to attack, or are you going to use your +3 for your armor class?
+3 for my attack.
Alright, so go ahead and roll attack then.
Fuck.
You do not hit. So would you like to use any bonus actions? Do you have any bonus actions or anything ready?
I don't know what my bonus actions are. Forgot.
Alright, so if we go to your...
I think the only bonus action I have is a healing bonus action.
So you can Hunter's Mark, and you can Shield of Faith and Wrathful... Well, at this point you can Shield of Faith or Hunter's Mark.
Oh, these are... Okay.
But that would use your last spell slot if you did it. So go ahead. You can go ahead and...
I'm going to Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark.
So Hunter's Mark, until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to your target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you gain advantage on any perception or survival checks against it as well.
And when does the spell end? After the first hit, or until the end of...
It lasts an hour, and whenever you kill your hunter target, you can move it to another target.
Okay.
So it's going to be there for the whole action. So remember, if you ever do roll damage and you hit, you'll have to roll an extra 1d6. At this point, Serenity, it's your turn.
Okay, let me ask this and see if I can do this. Can I do the Cloak of Elven Kind on myself and then also shoot a crossbow?
So you do not have stealth attack yourself.
Okay.
So it would be great, but unfortunately you're not there. You could still use your light crossbow.
Okay.
You could also use any of your cantrips without wasting your spell slots.
Ooh, okay. I can only do either the cantrip or...
You have one spell slot left.
No. I mean, I can do a cantrip or the crossbow. I can't do
Right.
Okay.
At this time.
Okay. Ooh, hang on. Give me a second. Let's do Ray of Frost.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Do I click on it like this?
Yep.
Did I do it?
Yes. In there, you'll hit your attack.
normal?
Yep. 13. That does not hit, unfortunately.
Some
What do we have to roll to hit?
That's meta knowledge. I'm not going to tell you. At this point, it is Thorn's turn. Thorn, you're such a good boy, Thorn.
13's a high number.
I will kick the dwarf.
Let's see what he's got here. He's got no spell slots left. He's going to go ahead and roll to attack. He's going to shoot at the Nameless. He has both in vision. Obviously, he's like right here. You can see both, but obviously make out the bad one that didn't speak any kind of normal language. And he hits. He actually hits a critical hit here, because that's a natural 20. Well, sorry, no, so, go ahead and do that again. So, the regular damage is 2d8. So he does 2d8 plus 3 damage, maximum. That's 19 plus another 1d8. 19 plus 5. He does 23 damage.
Where to go, Thorin?
Yep, so he lands one right in his shoulder, and you just look at this Nameless. And now this thing is trying to walk directly towards Nameless, but Kerbec's in the way. So he's going to go after Kerbec first. And he, yeah. Again, carbon copy of Nameless here. So he's going to attack you. At least a carbon copy of Nameless before they realized, Nameless was magical, right? So it hits you once. Because it has multi-attack, it's going to attack you twice. And does 4 damage.
Total?
So,
Okay, good. Oh,
I was
I
about
thought
to
that
say,
was a damage roll. Oh.
Alright,
I thought that was a damage roll as well.
no. No, it's a double attack roll because it attacks twice. It's got multi-attack, which you guys will get pretty soon. Nameless, it is your turn.
I already have multi-attack.
Well, I mean, you don't have multi-attack, you just have the ability to attack multiple times. Or take multiple actions.
Like the strong.
Wait.
How
okay,
how many slots do I have left?
So, looking at your spell book, you have
none.
You have none. You have your cantrip, so you can do Life Tap, which is your Necromancer cantrip, and you can do your Firebolt, which are both damaging.
So, okay. Explain to me again what Life Tap will do.
As an action, you can make a melee spell attack. That would put you within range to be melee attacked by them. You would deal 1d8 plus your charisma modifier on the attack, and you would gain those hit points back. So it's lifesteal, basically.
And then, Firebolt, how much damage would that one do if I hit?
It would take 1d10 fire damage.
Is a cantrip like an auto hit, like Magic Missile?
No, it's not auto hit. Magic Missile is just a unique spell that is guaranteed hit.
I'm gonna have to do Firebolt.
Because you're not close enough to swing.
Well, she doesn't want to try to get close enough because this thing is going after Nameless and going through Kerbec to get to Nameless.
Ah, I see.
That's snail's rate.
Does she do advantage or roll disadvantage?
Normal. Unfortunately, does not hit. I apologize. Kerbec, it's your turn. You're going last.
Yes! Kerbec kicks the weird Nameless. Or the weird eggplant, I should say.
Now we know that which Nameless is which because this one has an arrow in the shoulder.
That hits.
Yeah.
So it has to.
You do 3 damage.
Damn.
Thorn kind of looks at you and says, "Hey man, don't mess with me. See how much damage I did."
I will fucking punch you.
The round resets. Grigor, it's your turn again. Zestra is unmoving.
I am going to use Atlas again, with the 3 modifier being on my attack.
All right. miss.
What?
Yep.
It's a 15.
Yep, it is 1 off. Alright, so Serenity, it's your turn again.
It's already adding.
I think I will go ahead and do poison spray.
Go ahead and roll it. Alright, so I have to roll a Constitution saving throw, so give me a moment here to do that. Whoa. It passes. Unfortunately, you throw the poison spray at it, and it kind of hits Nameless in the chest and just like washes off like water. Unfortunately, nothing happens.
Did you throw up on him?
Yeah. So Thorn's over here, kind of like, you guys are useless. Yeah, knocks another arrow to shoot at the Nameless now. Hits again. And does 7 damage, guys. He's solo carrying this fight. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Finally, he does something. He got us lost in the forest.
Do you remember that cannon fight? I killed every single one of them on that cannon. More than you. Now we're going back to the Nameless. Good. And it's gonna try to attack you twice again, Kerbec, since you are standing in the way of a Nameless.
Protect the eggplant.
Hits you once and does 8 damage.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, so she twists around the rapier. You easily knock off the first one, but she comes back down with the second strike. Just nicks you right in the chest, and as it's coming down, it's yes. So, Nameless, it is your turn.
One second.
Oh, obviously, the gore is moved up over
What is that?
Oh, what is the my staff do?
So upon saying the word pineapple, you can. It's a melee range attack. And
That's not Nameless.
it's not Nameless. You are correct.
Am I close enough to use it?
By the way, you may want to share your screen again.
Does that work?
No, it did not.
So I wrote it in there. Basically, you'll say the power word. It will become the staff of the adder, and then it does 1d6 damage. And if they fail a saving throw of 15 Constitution, they take an additional 3d6 damage.
Can I do that and do a cantrip as well?
It is just a 1 action, so you would have to. You can only do at this point 1 action.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to use my staff, please.
All right. I need you to say the power word for the audience.
Pineapple.
All right. You say pineapple, and everyone kind of looks back at you like it's not time to eat. And out of your hand, the staff grows from like a measly 2-foot staff into this massive arcing spider head, and the spider is snake is slashing around in front of the staff, ready for you to swipe it at an enemy. So, if you'd like, you could roll to attack and see if you hit. You do hit. Let me go ahead and make my Constitution saving throw. See if it does the extra damage. You can roll the normal damage. Roll. So 2 Constitution. Saving throw. It fails. So on there, you're gonna do the other formula. So you did 14 damage.
Jesus. Kerbec needs an upgrade.
Just like what's the
Shut up!
All right. And now, Kerbec, speaking of upgrade, man, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm going to kick her with my boots again, and use
Alright.
one of my key points to double kick her.
All right.
So what is that, 3 attacks? Or
So
just...
you also want to roll your unarmed strike too. So 1 with the spiked boots, 2 with the unarmed strike.
Okay.
You hit that one.
Mm-hmm.
You hit that one. And you hit that one. You'll do a critical roll, and I'll walk you through that one. So do your spiked boot damage first. 10 damage. Now do 1 damage roll for the unarmed strike. Alright, so let's do 16. And now do another damage roll for your unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna minus 5 real quick from that. So that's a 2. But you get the whole formula added to it. So that's 9 plus 2, which is 11 damage for that crit. So you did this round 27 damage.
Take that, dwarf!
Wait.
This being looks at you and stands right back up, unfazed.
Run away! Boy. Okay, whose turn is it now?
1 second, I'm doing the math.
He's doing the math.
Alright. We're going back from the top here. Zestra's still kind of watching the fight unfold, not moving. Kind of smiling like you guys aren't really doing anything that's warranting her at this point. Grigor, it's your turn.
Alright, so, I am going to, again, try to use Atlas. My attack fire up.
There you
You hit. There you go. You do 8 damage plus a 1d6. Would you like to roll, or do you trust my dice?
I tried this.
Alright, I rolled a 2, so you do 10 damage.
shouldn't have pressed it to that.
Also, my Cure Wounds is not a bonus action.
I believe you don't have any spells left.
No,
I believe you guys are pretty much all tapped out for spells except for 1 on Serenity.
And Lay on Hands is not something I can...
You can do that on other people, yes. But that, let me just double
That's an
check.
action.
Yeah, that is an action.
Okay, alright. That's fine.
Alright, so going down the list here, Serenity would be next.
I want to use my crossbow.
You want to use your crossbow, so you point out your crossbow directly at the nameless. Just double check. There's a field where you can move to do that.
Do I have to move to do it?
Yeah, you move slightly to the right in order to not hit her bang.
I got you. Do I just click?
Yep, roll attack.
Normal?
Yep. So you grab your crossbow from your hip, you point it up really quickly, you slam that trigger down and you hit, roll damage. Normal. You do 8 damage.
I helped.
So at this point, I'm going to announce it. The nameless is bloodied. Bloodied means you're about halfway through the fight. So the second nameless at this point is kind of like, kind of lugging around a little bit, like it's off balance while it's trying to dodge and evade attacks. Obviously hurt. And now it's Thorn's turn. Thorn's going to go ahead and go out here and use his longbow. He's going to knock another arrow, fire, critically hit.
Ooh.
So he is going to roll. It's -3 from that. So he does 12 plus 16, 28 plus 3, 31 damage.
Ooh.
And
Fuck you, dwarf!
who said rangers were useless?
I did.
Absolutely no one. This nameless then kind of looks around. I mean, you hit this thing square in the shoulder. It's severely hurt at this point. It's kind of contemplating the battlefield.
Hey, question.
Sure.
Since it's been hit in the shoulder so many times, can it then be said that it has to roll at disadvantage because its arm has been damaged so much?
Not unless it's like severely injured. It's still gonna kind of swing around.
Does
So-
it look like a porcupine?
I mean, at this point, so nameless, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yep. This yokel looks right past Kerbec looks right at you, dead in the eyes. You can hear its words in your mind. It's clear, and it's trying to take over your mind right now. So you have to wisdom saving throw.
Advantage.
Kerbec has to, or nameless?
Nameless.
Okay.
She's looking through Kerbec, apparently.
So
Shit.
you failed it this time. At this point, you are completely under this other nameless's control, and out of being pissed off at not being able to get to you, he's going to go ahead and order you in your mind to attack Kerbec in the back with your staff.
So nameless has to.
Yeah, well, I have to roll because now it's mine. Kerbec, go ahead and roll a. Well, let me just make sure I hit you here.
It does not hit!
Wait, I'm behind you. I'm an asshole. That's with advantage.
Do it with advantage.
Because it's behind you.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't
No,
think
it is behind. So how do you dodge someone behind you? So it's same with flanking, right? If you guys get behind this person, you get a roll with advantage.
Oh, it's 2d22.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we
So-
gotta make a saving throw?
Yes.
Normal.
So you do not get poisoned, but you do get slapped in the back, and it feels like a snake bit you right in the back shoulder, and you kind of wince backwards out of the pain, but you do take 6 damage.
Why am I always the one taking damage? Dwarf, get in there!
So Thorn kind of looks at you. He's like, "I can mend your wounds if you'd stop crying."
Zestra's fucking.
Nah, get over here and heal me then.
All right. So at this point, Kerbec, it is your turn. You could walk over, but you'd provoke an attack of opportunity from 2 people actually, because Nameless is now on the enemy team.
Alright. Let's see. I still have second wind I can use. Sorry, I'm just going through all of my key
Alright,
points.
you're fine.
I've only got one more.
Yep.
Alright. So, I'm going to kick the nameless in front of me, and then use my step of the wind to go over to Thor.
So are you're using an action to disengage? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you're attacking and then disengaging.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and roll your attack. It's good use of your key points, by the way. You do not hit, but you do disengage without making an attack of opportunity to kind of back away this way, out of the line of sight between these two. Not like it matters too much at this point.
I can't see the board. Can anyone else?
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's weird that I don't know if you guys lose it whenever I do this. Alright, so going down in order, it is now Zestra's turn. So Zestra at this point kind of looks at everyone. Again, every round of combat's about 6 seconds, so she's not waiting 30 seconds, she's 6 seconds. So she kind of like screams it, and she's pissed off at this point. She says, "I'll just have to kill you myself." And you can see her start readying something. She starts to cast a spell, but it doesn't go off this turn. Gregor, it's your turn.
Okay.
Somebody should.
Is lay on hands or is cure wounds better?
You can't do cure wounds because.
That's a spell. Damn it.
Yeah, lay on hands though. I believe, what is that? Times your paladin level and your level 3, so you'd heal someone for 15.
Okay. I'm going to. What? Okay. Let me ask this. Lay on hands. Would that make it so that she wouldn't be under any kind of spell?
No.
Oh.
Well, obviously the spell description went in chat, but you guys will see it whenever it does happen. You would lay on hand. You're not. I can't tell you it's not going to work, but just don't do it on her.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna lay on hand Kerbec.
All right. Use all 5 of them.
I guess.
Alright, Kerbec, you're at full health. He gets you back 15 hit points.
Yes!
Alright, Serenity, it is your turn.
I am a good punching back.
At this point, Kerbec did step back into your line of view, so you could make a step this way to attack the nameless number 2.
I'm too far away from Zestra
And yeah, you're too far away from Zestra.
to cast anything to hit her.
Well, actually,
I'm thinking a magic missile.
so you probably could have hit her with a magic missile. Or you could attack the nameless.
Let's go ahead and hit the nameless, because that one's beat up pretty bad.
Alright, so you kind of step over here to get line of sight. And what do you cast?
Magic missile.
Alright, so magic missile, so obviously it's guaranteed hit. Go ahead and roll.
What do I do? Just this?
Yep. And nameless, go ahead and
Do I hit just stamp damage?
roll your wisdom saving throw. Yeah, roll damage 3 times.
Normal.
Yeah. So you did 10 damage, and unfortunately, nameless, you did not roll higher than a 13, so you're still under control.
That's how that works.
Concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so at this point we're going down, and it's Thorn's turn. Thorn, he can still hit, he still has line of sight there, so he's going to again, because he is the ranger, knock another arrow. Surprise, surprise.
Go after the one casting the spell, dwarf.
She means nothing to me. We have to kill this one now.
We don't.
Wait, which one? The one that looks like a porcupine or the one that stabbed me in the back?
The porcupine.
The porcupine!
Literally,
Okay,
crit rolls again. Does the 9 damage plus 3, or 8 damage plus 3, so 11 plus a 6, does 17. Nameless, you can go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw.
Saving. God. Still.
What type of saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yep, it'll be wisdom. Unfortunately,
Oh no.
you are still under control, and it's now this thing's turn. Alright, so it is...
Wait, wouldn't it still try to attack Nameless?
So it is going... Well, actually, right now it's got Nameless under its control. So it's not... but it is going to turn over here to Gregor, who has been trying to slice her and failing. and attack both times with a rapier again.
God damn it, Shining Human.
It's one. It's both.
Well.
And does 11 damage.
So my goodness.
So obviously, with everything happening so fast, you don't realize that she's switching her interest in you. She just lifts up, slices you once, and comes down and hits you again. Just perfect key points to hit you twice. And now it's Nameless's turn, who is going to turn and attack Serenity.
No!
Yes. Always.
What the heck, man?
Evil. Alright, and it's going to snap the at you, and let's see if it hits. It does hit. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Or do I do that?
You have to click on Constitution there. On the left.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Click on it like this?
Yep. And save it.
Motherfucker.
You have to roll at normal. So you do not get poisoned, you only take 6 damage, so go ahead and subtract that for me.
What's 9 minus?
Oh wait, do I have to take that amount off my own health?
Do I just...
Yes, you do. So she turns around. Before you can really react, she slams down the snake head and hits you right in the collarbone. Does a huge gap. There's blood pouring out of you, but you also see venom kind of pouring out of you too as your body rejects the venom of this snake bite.
Ew.
Kerbec, it is your turn.
Going after the lady that stabbed me.
No!
That looks like a porcupine.
Oh, no, that's...
Alright, I'm gonna kick her. It's the only weapon I have. And I like. I'm not going to Thorn's level.
It's your favorite boots. You alright, roll damage.
I hate myself.
Roll a 3. Oh my. You guys are gonna laugh.
Please tell me I didn't kill it.
You didn't kill it.
Okay, good.
Alright, it goes back to the top of the churn at this point, and Zestra is fully aware of everything that's going on right now.
Wait, doesn't it need to make another Constitution saving throw? Since I kicked it?
Oh, you're right. Roll a wisdom saving throw, Nameless.
Don't get a 1 this time.
Unfortunately, he still does not pass.
Oh my lord.
Jesus, all single digits.
That wasn't very smart.
Alright, so
Okay.
Zestra is going to get closer to its pet, and it's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds, and heals 11 points of damage to the Nameless.
The evil nameless.
The evil Nameless.
Okay.
The evil Nameless. And Gregor, it's now your turn.
Well, I'm going to try to swing my only thing that I can use.
Here's hoping.
I gave you this OP weapon.
Shiny human, do you not see the person in front of you?
This is your turn.
Crossbow.
Alright.
Wait, actually, he should be rolling at disadvantage, shouldn't he, this entire fight?
Why?
He doesn't have dark vision.
Neither do you.
No. I said
I do have dark
I did mention that the darkness dissipated, and that's when
Oh, okay.
the second Nameless showed up.
Okay.
19, you hit.
What do I do?
Roll damage. You do 6. Unfortunately, that wasn't last turn.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, you fuck. Alright, Constitution.
Alright.
With
Alright. Thorn sees this thing super weak at this point, and is just gonna go ahead and roll to hit. My God, this is such a
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Wait,
Wisdom.
I'm trying to get to it.
All right, wisdom saving throw. Go ahead and roll it twice.
Nope.
Please. Please.
Second one. Second one. Come on, get in the set 2 dig. Oh!
All right.
How is this possible?
We need Thorin and fucking Nameless's rolls to switch, please.
All right. So I mean, this thing is super bloodied up, but it is going to try to swing at Gregor 2 more times.
I thought it was. Oh.
Oh, that does not hit. I think
That
you
was
had a 9.
Thorn's turn.
No, Thorn just did 4 damage.
Yeah.
I believe your AC is 19, right? It is. None of those hit.
For
so,
me?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not freaking letting me click on. Okay.
Yeah. So this Nameless, she lands a really
Yeah.
good strike on you, but you just churn your plate mail at the right time, and it just cleans right off. He doesn't do anything.
Ding.
Nameless goes after Serenity again. Tries to slam her with a spider head.
You better not do no damage to me. We gonna fight later.
Snakehead.
Actually rolls a critical one at this point.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So
The curse of Nameless.
tries to swing at you and horribly misses, and is offbeat and is at disadvantage at this point, and cannot. Or you guys can roll advantage to hit her if you guys elect. to hit
Oh,
her.
please.
Kerbec, it's your turn.
Maybe it's a good idea to knock her in the head.
No.
But I'm still going to go after the porcupine.
Thank
This
you.
time I'm going to use my longbow, because I to show the dwarf I'm better at him than it.
Oh, shit.
I swear to God, you're gonna crit fail. Oh.
You hit,
No, he's the one rolling, not me, so he's gonna roll
No, I know.
perfectly fine.
and
I know.
you do literally just enough damage.
I shoot her in the head!
All right, no. Please explain to me how you killed Nameless number 2. Go ahead and describe it.
Okay. So I drew the longbow back and I shot it The arrow flew right in between the center of her eyes. The arrow struck, and she went back in her head, like jolted back, and then she fell on the ground.
Lands on the ground with just a deep thud. Zestra kind of looks right at you, says, "It's a shame I have to kill you myself, but I'll kill all of you."
Wait. You want some grog before you do that?
She kind of looks at you, spits, hits you right in the mouth.
Ew.
Ugh. Hey, you're so kinky! Takes the grog and just fucking pours it down his throat to get it out.
Alright, so Zestra's let's go ahead. You're dead. Well, yeah, you're dead. We have to keep the corpses there. So, let's see.
So Nameless is out of the spell now?
Yeah, Nameless is out of the spell, by the way. So she's going to... She's got just enough. And she's going to try to... Actually... So she was here, right? Nameless there. So obviously the close one's probably going to be Grigor. So she's going to step right in here. I'm going to punish both of you. And she's going to swing at both Grigor and Kerbec. And so at this point she walks up. Out of her hip she grabs this leather whip and she slaps it on the ground. And out of it, like 4 or 5 snake heads start slithering about. And you can notice that it's like a whip made of snake heads.
Again. What the fuck?
Alright, we don't need...
It's like-
Zestra somewhere? What's going on with... Give me her spell book. There we go. So she is going to attack Scourge. She's going to miss Grigor. And she's going to miss Kerbec. You guys got very lucky.
Psych, bitch.
That's like a 5d6 kind of damage.
Huh.
Alright. Grigor, at this point, it's your turn.
There you go.
You hit something!
You finally hit. Oh,
Okay.
by the way, did you move your mark? Assume you did.
No.
All right, so you don't get it. So you don't get to fucking do it. All right, so you land 12 damage on Zestra. You slice her, and you could tell your weapon. Actually, I forgot. Finally, you hit something. I love the taste of Drow flesh. It's been so long. Thank you, friend. Atlas, in your mind, is dancing wonderfully in blood.
Forgot. Great.
Wow.
Shut up, sword.
Why are you talking to yourself again?
Serenity, it's your turn.
Let's go with...
Magic missile.
I can't. I already used it. I'm gonna do poison spray.
All right, so
Am I within range to do poison?
yeah, you are.
Okay. What do I do? Just press the...
Yeah, go ahead and do that. And it's a Constitution saving throw of 14. Five. So I fail.
Damage.
Roll the damage. Let's see. Let's see. You can see within range. Yep, you do 6 damage. Okay.
Now, does that make her at disadvantage because she lost the Constitution saving throw? Now
No.
she's poisoned or no?
No, so it hits her, and you can tell she tries to fight it off, but it kind of starts burning through her armor and sizzles, and you can smell the flesh kind of melting away.
Ooh.
All right, so it is Thorn's turn.
Come
Strike
on,
her in the
Thorn.
Thorn's like, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm gonna do what I know how to do. I'm going to knock another arrow. Actually,
Does that hit?
no, it does not.
No!
So he knocks an arrow, shoots it, zips right past her head. He's like, that's the first one I've missed all day.
Not
It
everything
missed.
is perfect.
Nameless, you go ahead and it's your turn. You rebalance yourself. You kind of look to assess the situation. You see your clone is dead, but you see Zestra's stepped up into combat.
I swear to God, if you hit me in the back again, I'm going to kill you.
So I can't do anybody.
You can do firebolt, right?
So I don't believe the wells actually constitute as your spell slots. I think you can do them anytime.
So I can reanimate my dead body self?
So no, you don't have that one yet. I believe you have a few different wells, but I don't think you have that one.
Oh, right, because you chose the path that would make it so you can do it, but you are not there.
I think it's third.
Staff. I don't know.
Yeah, staff matter it is. You know, I want to do the fireball.
I'm especially called Staff of Snake Plate.
Ooh.
So you hit. I'm gonna have to roll a Constitution saving throw. And fail, so you can roll both damage and other formula. 12 damage. It's a healthy number.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking send it.
So you slam her like right in the side. You can see some flesh rip out of her clothes. She looks at you and she hisses right at you. She's gunning for you next. Kerbec, it's your turn before the round starts over.
Snake on snake action. Go for some spiked boots.
Shocker.
I didn't like that, by the way.
Bite me. Damn it.
Nope, unfortunately does not hit. So at this point, Nameless, make a perception check for me, please.
Said perception.
Yes.
I swear to God, if she takes over my head again.
Whatever to the second draw.
Oh, ninja draw.
All right.
Oh!
What?
All right. So she succeeded on her sneak attack. Out of the trees from behind you, Cylinder comes up and right in your ear, "You shall die today, Thaldra," and slams you in the left, slams you in the right with her snake whip, the same one as Zestra's holding, and does 19 damage to you.
Oh!
Fantastic. Thank you.
Wait, so now we got
19
somebody else in
damage?
here?
Mm-hmm.
Another person?
19 damage to Nameless?
Yes.
Yes.
Ha! Great. Fantastic. Love this game. Love
All right. So go ahead and I don't know if you guys want to, but you guys can all roll perception 10 checks.
Why not? Oh, I see.
I see. Oh.
Obviously, the shadow human doesn't know
All
anything.
right. So yeah, Grigor, you don't see anything. You're not paying attention to anything except for the person who's literally in front of you that is trying to swing at you. But everyone else, what you do see, coming out from the woods from every direction.
snakes.
Oh no.
Mordro.
My dog's ready to get murdered. Stop, 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 stop. What are you doing? No.
So coming out from every direction of this forest, coming right at you guys, are what appears to be, Grigor, you don't see this, unfortunately. It appears to be small tree saplings, kind of like slowly walking. Now they're not incredibly fast, not as fast as you, but they do make strides, decent strides, and they are walking towards what you guys are fighting at this point. And both Zestra and Cylindra kind of look around, and Zestra is like, "Impossible! We killed the heart of the forest. How are you doing this? How can this be?" In an obvious panic, Zestra actually walks backwards and provokes an opportunity attack from Grigor.
And Kerbec?
I'm gonna say no, because her reach is 5 feet.
Okay.
Wait, I can't hear you. Say that again?
Go ahead and roll an attack against Zestra.
Wouldn't that be with advantage?
No, it's just a regular attack.
Okay.
24, yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh my god, he hit something!
12. Jerk. Alright, so while Zestra's like in a panic, kind of walking backwards, you are able to pull out your sword really quickly and slice upwards and hit her, and it kind of throws her back about 5 to 10 feet. But she does catch herself as all now these tree saplings are walking towards everyone in the group.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, we gotta leave.
So Zestra... Well, let me go ahead and see what Zestra is going to want to do.
Like, right.
Alright, so Zestra is going to throw a web. Let me just check. I don't believe this does. Alright, yep, so I will just roll a d20 at disadvantage. Natural 20, unfortunately, the first roll, and a 12. So Zestra, out of her hands, throws a bag of like spider web, and it just covers this whole area, covers everything over here in spider webs. But you notice that they're actually continuing to walk, and it does not affect them. I don't know how tree saplings on the disadvantage roll succeeded that, but they did. Good for you guys, I guess. Maybe bad, who knows? And Gregor, it is now your turn to assess the situation.
What, to perception?
No, you can attack, do what you need to do.
Oh, I was gonna say. So I used, earlier you told me, I just want to make sure, I used all of my usage, you said all 5, so therefore I cannot lay on hands again, correct?
Correct.
And I have no spells.
I'm dead.
Okay. Well, Atlas it is for Zestra.
Alright, okay, so you're going to walk up. Attempt to attack Zestra again.
Now,
Okay, what?
now that she has been thrown back and she's trying to regroup, is it still a normal?
Still normal.
Fuck!
Alright, so you do step forward. You attempt to get your ground while you're slicing down, but as you stomp, you kind of step on like a root, and it kind of throws you off balance, and you miss your sword strike, unfortunately. We're going down next in order. Serenity.
Can I give my potion of healing to somebody else?
As an action, yes, but they're not going to drink it right away. They're going to have to wait till they ask it.
I give it to Nameless.
Alright, so
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you.
so yeah, Serenity walks behind Nameless here, or like maybe to Nameless' side, kind of like slams a healing potion in Nameless's hand.
Thorn's turn.
Thorn's turn.
Thorin, send it!
So Thorn's looking around. He's like, "Are you guys sure? Are they going to kill us? Oh God." Actually, we're going to take a quick break. Just a quickie.
Okay.
Alright, welcome back from that quick break. We are still in combat, fighting, well, now just Zelindra's alive. Zelindra's alive, but Zestra is dead on the ground. Well, actually, no, sorry, I apologize. We killed one nameless. Zelindra is alive and sneak attacked nameless. Zestra is walking backwards, bloodied, close to death. And we have about 8 tree saplings walking towards the group. Right now there's no distinguishable target, but they're walking towards everybody. We are in combat round with Gregor, who just attacked, and it's now Serenity's turn. Or who, did you hand the potion nameless?
I gave the potion nameless, and then it was Thorn's turn.
It's Thorn's turn. So
Yeah.
Thorn is going to go ahead and knock another arrow since he is a ranger that specializes in archery and gets a bonus in archery attack. Plan rolls a 12 to attack and misses Zestra.
Damn it.
It's not my day, is it?
I mean, you kind of did a lot of damage before. You kind of got to give some to me.
All right. Yeah, he did do a lot of damage before, actually. Like 2 crits in 1 combat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nameless, it's your turn. Serenity gave you a potion of healing in hand. Right behind you, of course, is Zalindra.
So how would she? I don't see any like potion in the inventory.
So I would just have Serenity use her potion of healing.
So I delete it.
Yeah, and then you delete it. So yeah, just click the roll option with potion of healing.
This one?
Yeah.
Usability.
Yeah.
Also,
And then.
she wants to face towards Cylindra.
All right, so you turn around, and the healing is 2d4 plus 2, so you heal 10 health.
Okay.
So she drinks the potion and
Good.
she turns around?
Yep, she just turns around, so she's not at like any kind of disadvantage towards attacks, and drinks the potion, gains 10 of her health points back. And
Cool.
Kerbec, it is your turn.
I'm going to go after the lady that spit in my mouth.
All right.
Fucking disgusting.
That is gross. So you walk past everyone, just enough space to get over to Zestra.
And you know what time it is.
It's kicking time.
Damn.
It's missing time.
I have like, what is that? 11 extra? I rolled a 2 there.
Good job.
All right, so Cylindra, let's see what she's got. No spells I kind of want to use at this point, so I think she's going to multi-attack. She's going to try to hit Nameless. Misses once, hits the second time, and does 10 damage. That healing potion saved her a turn. Don't give me that look.
Stupid.
So at this point, now we're going to, you guys hear in the distance, you kind of hear someone jump off of this landing cliff and land right beside the end. He appears to be he's like 3/4 something, right? So he's part human, part goat, part tree. So he leaps off, puts his hand on the side of the end, and you see the green mist kind of like evaporate from his hands onto the ant, and the ant kind of stands up at this point, and he's going to grapple Zestra from behind with advantage.
Ooh.
Can you alt tab over to Discord so it's not paused anymore?
Sure.
Thanip you.
So you should
There we go.
So he does roll. Let's see what she rolls as. Should dissipated. All right, she loses. So he picks up from behind. She has no idea what happened. So this ant kind of gets up to its knees, and as it's standing up, grabs Zestra and slams her on the ground Hulk style. And actually does massive damage, and she's incapacitated. She's dead.
Oh no!
So I mean, he literally Hulk smashes her in the ground, and just insta-kills her with massive damage, because she was actually pretty close to dead anyways. And from the sides, you guys do notice that there's more of these streams kind of entering combat. So you guys are pretty healthily surrounded by these things. And these guys actually start walking into combat range and past most of you for the most part. Except for the one that killed the ends in the first place. And they're going to roll damage. Do I have enough d4s for this is the question.
Between my set and your 4 sets?
Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, let's say 4, probably 5. I know I got another one here. You can never run enough dice. So roll damage. 5d4, 4, 8, 11 damage. So all of these tree saplings all kind of get up close to her and start grabbing her and slicing her at the same time. It does a total of 11 damage to Zelindra. And we start at the top of the rotation. Grigor, in front of you, you just saw this massive ent pick up the Jero in front of you, slam her in the ground, and she lay motionless. There is no movement from this corpse in front of you.
Survival check.
Smashing.
She's dead. She dead.
Perception check. I don't know what to do.
Ask the goat man not to kill us.
So again, you
Yeah.
guys are here in combat. Behind you, unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to get past Nameless to attack. And, Zelindra is surrounded by these saplings. Yeah, it's up to you. I don't know if you want to ready like a dodge or something, see if one of these things come after you.
Is that a survival check?
No, that's just, you would ready in action. So if something does try to attack you, they'd roll at disadvantage.
How do I ready in action?
You just say you're ready in action and then I keep note of it.
Let me see. I can ready in action and then can I... No, that's a spell. I was going to say detect evil and good. Damn. Yes, ready in action.
Alright, so you're ready to dodge, so that means if anything comes to swing at you, you're already kind of mentally prepared that you're going to have to run. So now it's Serenity's turn. You are within eye reach. You would not have to evoke any attacks of opportunity if you wanted to back up in order for people to...
Can I shoot a crossbow?
You can't.
And I'd still be within a safe distance away from everything?
Correct.
Alright, I will shoot a crossbow with that bitch.
Alright, go ahead and...
Did I do it? Attack? Do I do attack?
Yes. Alright, so you do hit. And you do damage. 9 damage.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Nasty.
Alright, so Thorn's gonna come on through. Come on through, squeezing through, out of the way, and he's kind of like nudging these like saplings as he's coming on through. He gets past Serenity. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Getting on through, getting no harm to us. And he's gonna go ahead and swing his melee weapon because he's too close to use a bow effectively. Does not hit. So he's trying desperately to not hit the tree saplings, and just misses. Unfortunately, there's no good angle for him. Nameless, it's your turn.
So if I did my stab, it wouldn't hurt the tree saplings, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I would very much like to do that, You're under. Oh, you can't find me.
No.
There you go.
Shh.
Alright, so I didn't see it roll, did I? Oh yeah, so you hit, and she's gonna have to roll a Constitution saving throw, which she does not pass by 1. So roll damage and other formula. You do 15 damage to her. Not bad.
Nice.
So now I believe it's Kerbec's turn. So I tried to zoom up on the situation as best as I could for you guys.
Alright. Let's see, seeing that the saplings moved away from the dwarf. Alright, you guys sit back and watch.
So you guys are just kind of readying actions, kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. It's Linda's turn at this time. She is actually surrounded, so she turns around and she swings her snake whip and destroys these two. And she does.
She didn't roll for that.
She doesn't need to.
You guys don't want to know the AC on these things.
Yeah.
So she rolls back. Damage those two. There's also horde rules if you want to look at horde rules. But she'll provoke an attack of opportunity from Nameless, Thorn, and 3 of the whatchamacallits, the Twig Blights. So you guys can all roll. So Nameless can roll an attack.
Would that be for? Could she do the same thing for the staff again?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just don't roll in that one.
Yeah, you're pretty close at this point, you know. All right, so he sheathes his sword. All right, so you do hit. So he hits to 11. Cylindra, let's see if you pass. 11, that's 14. All right, she passes that though, but she does take 14 damage from both you and Thorn. She is heavily bloodied, by the way, so she's taking a lot of wounds. She's kind of limping away. She did move 30 feet, so she is desperately trying to get away from you guys. So she does run in that general direction and gets hit on the way out. Sorry.
Did you roll the saplings?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Do not worry. So they rolled. Again, she's heavily bloodied, and we go back to the top of the order with Grigor. Again, she killed the 2 saplings over here, and they flew off dead this way. And she disengaged in this direction, and all the saplings are kind of trying to chase her off, and it's your turn.
So I'm not within attacking distance, right?
No, unfortunately you're not. It would take you about 2 turns. Or you could sprint up to her, but you wouldn't be able to take an action.
Okay. Am I at disadvantage for throwing my sphere?
No, you're not. You would have to nudge your way over here and then throw it.
That's a lot of pieces.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons. Alright, so you roll 18, you hit. And 7, not bad. Alright, so coming up next in the order would be Serenity.
Crossbow within distance.
Go ahead and, well, yeah, definitely within distance. And if you need to shoot over the dwarf, you hit. You do just enough damage to actually. Yeah, so.
Final blow, baby.
Yeah, both you and Kerbec worked. Or not Kerbec, sorry. Grigor worked hand in hand to put in the final blows. So Zestra's running away, and I'd like you two to explain how you guys worked in order to finish her off. So, Grigor, you can go first with your spear throw, and I'll let Serenity finish it off with how she would kill this.
So first, can we have it where Zalindra is like incapacitated but not like dead? So like Nameless can do something.
It'd be my luck that I won't hit, so don't even worry about it.
No, so I mean, you guys use lethal things. There's no way that you guys could have been like aim for the knee with a crossbow. Like it's.
All right, so I managed to worm my way around a sapling, and after all the distraught of not being able to land a single hit, I got my spear, kicked it up, grabbed it, and threw it, and it hit her right in the shoulder.
Bam. So she's tripped over. So she got hit in the shoulder, and at this point, Serenity kind of worked her way into vision over Thorn, and the Thorn's kind of like right underneath you, but you're able to shoot over him.
Oh, he's right. He's like
Yeah,
next
so,
to me.
yeah, so
I
you,
want
you, you
to
can like lean over.
Okay, I was gonna say like I kind of want to be like leapfrog over him, and power pose and shoot the crossbow, and it goes whizzing in the air. We can all hear the whiz, right?
Yeah.
And it just beams her right in the noggin.
Right in the back of the head. So yeah, so the spear hits her, like she starts tripping up, and that last crossbow bolt hits her right in the back of the throat and goes straight out through her mouth.
Heck yeah.
At this point, every sapling now looks directly at Nameless.
Oh.
Oh,
Serenity.
wait, bad saplings. She's our friend, not foe. Go ahead, do something.
So the third human, third tree, third goat looking thing walks up to the big ent, kind of like speaks in an elven language. So those that know Elvish, which would just be Nameless at this point, would discern that we would just say at this point Satyr to make it easier. Was asking if this would be one of the Drow that killed him, and the ent speaks in a garbled language that you don't understand. And they nod at each other, and the saplings stop moving towards you guys and start moving back towards the forest.
But we are in the forest.
But like into the background of the forest. And
So you guys are in a big clearing because there are a lot of ripped up trees and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they start moving back towards the tree cover, and you guys can start discerning. Are you guys can see this? Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, that was a slideshow. Let's see. I go over to the nearest dead Drow, and I take the whip.
You take the whip. The snakes rip right, like they go back into the whip. Unfortunately, you cannot command those.
Can I do an investigation check on the body?
I'm gonna go take the whip. I'm gonna take both whips. They're all mine now.
I swear to God, you stab me in the back, I will punch you.
I apologize for that. It wasn't my fault. The weird
Nope.
witch thing, the second me, was trying to kill me here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stood in your way. You know what? The whip is mine. I earned it. I took damage for you.
How about this? I will, since obviously you can't use it, I will, for one time only, use it for you. The rest of the time, it's only for me. So we can whip as many little gnomes as you'd like.
So
This is great.
so you do pick up the whips. Now, you do get a sense that they do not accept your command, but you do feel the ability that they're within your realm to learn how to maintain. But unfortunately, you are not their master at this point.
Oh, so the weapon you have to attune to?
Not necessarily, I would say attuned to like magically, but attuned to religiously.
Oh, okay.
Can I do an investigation check on the bodies?
So you can do an investigation check. So what you do find, and what everyone is watching you find all at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and rip down here. You do find a combined amount of 137 gold. You do find a potion and a scroll, but you cannot discern what they are. And in Zelinder's bag, you do find a black pearl.
Ooh.
Black what?
A black pearl.
This is
You must go to the sea
of Captain Jack
for checks. Yep, there we go.
You guys are busy. Alright, so yeah, so 137 gold between you guys. Dividing that by 5, where would be at like...
I can't do mental math right now. That's all you.
I know. It's like 26 something and change, but...
Just give us all 27. let you deal with that this time.
Yep, so there's 27 gold between everybody.
Whoa.
And let's say 40 silver for Serenity. And there's still a potion and a scroll. I'm assuming you guys are probably going to pocket that until you guys get to the town.
You can identify it.
Taking Black Pearl.
So Serenity's the one that grabbed everything in front of you guys. You see it, so if you want to forcibly take it from her hand, it's up to you.
Oh, no. In that case, I'm going to take the potion.
So again, she's the one that kind of grabbed everything.
Yeah, so it's in my possession, so you have to kindly maybe ask me for it instead of just trying to use your big old man boots and try to come up here and take it from me.
Sorry.
Ask me nicely. Come on, Kerbec.
Thorn kind of looks at you guys like, it would make sense. It would make sense if the one with the bag that holds everything would hold everything.
Who
Dwarf.
has the bag?
I don't usually say this, but thank you. Give me the shit.
Kerbec has the bag to hold it. It would hold everything.
Hey, I want Kerbec. Hey,
Yes.
I'll give this stuff to you, but we need to discuss like who's going to use it and its best use when we get into town. We gonna share this, right?
I promise I won't use it.
No finger crosses.
All right. So while you guys are kind of having this conversation, this strange conversation at that, the Ent walks into the woods, stomping away. All of the saplings are away, but the satyr tree man kind of walks towards you guys. He kind of nods, and he says, "I've been told that you are not one of the 2 dark elves that killed our tree walker. For that, we will not kill you, whoever you are, but we do not want to see you in this forest after today, or you risk being found like your brethren here, dead." Having keen ears, I could hear that they meant to kill the one named Thaldra, which would, I assume, be this Dro here. You guys are very attuned to killing each other, not accepted in this forest. What sounds, it sounds like that they plotted with the local sheriff in order to kill people. I will let you sort that out. I cannot help you outside this forest, but I can help you leave without getting lost, and I can heal your wounds that you received from this fight. I cannot do more.
Hold on. Take a step back.
Can you still go in the forest to kill goblins? We really hate those fuckers.
Wait a minute. Take a step back. Did you say that the Drows plotted with the sheriff?
Yep.
Did you not hear when they said that they had to do Sheriff Anora's dirty work? I have keen elf ears. Do you not?
I am human.
Strange.
And I am drunk.
I do not like the green one.
You're green too! You're literally a tree!
I'm brown.
Oh, fair enough.
I called dibs on the sheriff. You know, whipper.
So at the satyr in front of all you guys see this. He's not hiding it. He closes his hands and he opens them up. And as he opens them up, there's like green mist swirling in his hands, and he kind of lets it explode out of his hands towards you guys. He actually does level 5 cure wounds, and you guys are all fully healed.
Ooh, yay!
Nice.
And after
Thank you,
that,
strange goat.
you guys see this green mist swirl around each and one of your wounds, closing them back up. It's almost as if we were never wounded. And he looks at you. This should help with your journey back. And he touches Thorn's forehead, and Thorn immediately knows where he's at. He's like, How did you do that? He says, "I must go now and tend to the forest. Issues past your mortal minds. But now you know your way back. Leave and do not return. I do not want to see the Drow in my land again."
Wait. You want some grog?
Why would I want that putrid oil in my...
Thank you.
Alright, we are leaving now.
Kerbec, go.
Alright, so he basically vanishes in like deep woods. You can not discern him at this point, nor can you discern the Ent or any of the saplings. It's almost as if they disappear as soon as they get into brush. You cannot see them. Alright, so Thorn's like, "I know the way. We'll go back now. We need to speak with the Knoll. Somehow we missed this whole thing. You know what? Wasn't the Knoll's sword that the blacksmith was repairing?"
It was.
Oh, yeah.
And what were the tracks that we saw leading back from the cabin?
They were
Steel
heavy.
plate.
They were steel plate boots.
Oh. We need to speak with him. I cannot believe this. I've trusted him. I've known him since he was a toddler. We shall go back and we shall confront him.
Alright. Well then, let's make like a tree and leave.
The thorn kind of slaps your ass.
Ah! Fuck you too!
I cannot reach your head, so I slap you. Where I could.
Sexual harassment, fucking dwarf.
He says, you do not even want to know the dwarf woman out there that could make you sore in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
This thought terrifies me. Please stop talking and continue leading.
Alright, so you guys make your way out of this forest. It's, at this point, getting a bit dusk. It's getting dark outside. Again, the days are a bit longer in this world rather than the normal, 16 and 8. It's kind of 18 and 6. So it's still dusk, and it's a longer dusk than what we're normal with. You guys get back in Arcanine, and what do you do?
Go to sleep.
Go find the person that wanted to kill the sheriff.
Oh, yeah, no, I want to go kill the sheriff. Yes.
No. Wait. I have a plan.
I doubt that.
We just wait out the week and watch him die.
No. I would.
Why not? But we need to go and tell the person, at least, that wants them dead, or him dead, that he is guilty of the crime, so murder him faster.
I think with there being daylight, it would be
As
smart.
long as there's murder involved, I don't care how it happens.
Okay.
I do not
Sorry.
think Anor would try to kill us in the public. I think if we confront him, we can do so honestly and without worry of him retaliating.
But what about the one that wanted to kill him, the lady? That sort of scared me.
We could talk to her. You think it would be smart to bring, I believe her name was Sandra, into this conversation?
I mean, the more swords, the better.
All right. The last time we saw her, she was at the Church of Pelor. She was talking to Grigor, was she not?
I don't think I'm allowed in there.
Does not matter. Let's go ahead and go over to there and see if we can find Sergeant Sandra.
Okay.
So you guys go over. I believe it's on the east side of town. Would be the Temple of Pelor near the gates of Arcanine. And you do see a small group of knights. Their mounts are all tied up to a post, and they're all kind of leisurely sitting down and around in front of the church, speaking with who you can see is a woman in plate armor, and she appears to be the same Sandra that you guys saw in the tavern that morning.
Hello, scary lady.
What can I do for you? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong fucking accent.
She's Irish! Run!
I got the wrong one. How can I help you?
Sheriff.
Well, just steal the thunder right out from under me. Okay. Yes, the sheriff killed the noble prick or whatever.
You're saying Sheriff Anor killed
Yes.
a lieutenant. Mind you, a lieutenant who's been working and a swordsman twice as long, killed him, killed another recruit, and killed a nobleman, and didn't take a scratch.
It wasn't.
Well, that's because... Okay, you go first, Serenity. Yeah, you just want to show it.
It wasn't
Go for
just him. He had help.
Help who? Who would kill a lieutenant and a nobleman?
Dro.
Dro, like this one here?
Similar,
Not that one.
but not of the same affiliation.
These are petty squalors. I barely know you. Why are you telling me this? Why are you trying to tell me that Anor would kill a nobleman and a lieutenant? Do you have any proof?
There are footprints with steel-plated armor walking away from the cabin where the bodies were.
And
Destroyed.
many men wear steel boots in this town that are part of the guard.
His sword was recently fixed up by the blacksmith as well, sharpened.
So he did some fighting out in the woods. Do you know if he wasn't, by chance, killing some goblins or some wolves?
The dwarves.
Well, I mean, yeah, the drow sort of just stomped on, they sort of just mentioned his name.
Said they were doing his dirty work.
So you want me to believe that two evil beings are out here, then you were fighting, I'm going to take your word, are trying to then lay blame on possibly an innocent person, and you have no other proof besides his sword was a little rusty and he wears steel boots.
Okay, wait 1 second. Weren't you the same person that was going to kill him within a week?
And I will kill him if he does not bring me the answers.
Then justice is served.
Never mind. Going to the bar.
If you don't believe us, question Honor yourself.
Then I will speak with Honor immediately. I don't have anything else to do. I will see to it, and you guys can stay here, and I will come back with what happens.
No, we are following you and going with you.
Okay.
I am thirsty and hungry.
And I'm sure Mira has a fine dinner. I heard that she has pork roast.
Ooh.
All right, so at this point, Sandra, she puts on her plate helmet. She kind of gets her sword off of her mount, puts it on her hip, and starts walking towards the sheriff's office, which is, like a quarter way through town, so it maybe takes a minute or two. As you guys approach the sheriff's office where Nor would be stationed, Nor is outside of his sheriff's office, saddling up a horse and stuffing items into the saddlebags. Honor, stop at once, or I shall cut you down. Honor looks at her. He's like frantically stuffing things in his saddlebags at this point. You guys are probably about like 120 feet away, so at no way can you guys reach him. But he does begin to mount his steed. He flips one leg over at this point. He says, "Sandra, my love, can't we go back to the good days?" "Honor, don't make me kill you. You can try." And Honor at this point, after confronting Sandra, gets on his mount. He saddles up. He gets his feet into his little holsters, spins his steed around, and he's full charging at Sandra and at you guys with his sword out. Now Sandra is again a sergeant. She's battle hardened. She swiftly ducks out of the horse. So imagine Honor swinging on the right side of the horse. She ducks to the left side, and she slices all four of the steed's legs out from underneath them.
Ew.
Absolutely demolishes the horse. And the horse crashes down in front of you guys, and Honor is actually slammed in the ground in front of you guys as well. And he starts getting back up, facing Sandra with his back towards you guys. And Sandra walks towards the downed horse, keeping her eye on Honor, of course. "I'm sorry, gentle thing. I will make this quick." And she decapitates the horse to put it out of its pain. Are you guys doing anything at this point?
That's some rough 4+ play? I don't know. Pulling out my crossbow to shoot.
All right.
Or my not crossbow, or bow.
All right. So at this point, Sandra lifts up her hand to you in a motion to stop. "This one's mine. I've had to deal with him my whole life. I will end him now. None of you get involved. Honor, give yourself up. This will be more painful than you could imagine." Honor, he brings up this huge greatsword. You can tell it's the same greatsword that Derek was working on. He pulls it out of his back at this point. It's massive. I'm telling you, this thing is like what's that hero from Final Fantasy, right? The massive longsword.
Are you talking about the bastard sword?
Yeah. So he swings it towards Sandra. He misses. She rolls to the right and slices Honor's right Achilles heel. "Ah, you bitch!" And Honor swings up his sword towards Sandra, parries the sword, and slices his other Achilles heel. "Fuck!" Honor's screaming in pain. Sandra's gleefully happy at this point. She cuts off both of his arms at the wrist, kicks him over. Honor rolls and tries to crawl away towards you guys, and Sandra gets like on his back, whispers in his ear, and cuts his throat, and then drops his head in the mud. "I wish I never loved you, you bastard." She pulls up she decapitates him, grabs a spear, slams his decapitated head on the spear, and shoves it in the dirt outside the sheriff's office. And now at this point, Honor's dead. She killed him. She walks all towards you guys. I wish you had not seen that. I understand that you guys have done a great deal to help this town. For that, the kingdom and I are in your favor. She looks at Grigor. A fighter like yourself can even be recruited amongst our ranks, if you prove yourself worthy. For the rest of you, unfortunately, I don't see any space, but the kingdom is still at your thanks. She kind of winks at Grigor, and she walks towards the church. And she whistles, and a handful of mounted knights start like walking towards her. And she looks back at you guys and says, "I understand that you were missing a reward from your previous mission as well, and this one. I believe it was 200 gold." She walks back towards you guys, and then reaches into the saddlebag of the dead horse, and actually grabs 200 gold and throws it at you guys. This should be enough to cover what the rewards were. Again, I'm sorry for your troubles. Many of the townsfolk have plenty of needs. If you have anything else, again, prove yourselves and the kingdom will be in your favor. But there are troubling words from the east and I must go down. May Paloa be in your favor.
Goodbye, scary lady.
Again, she kind of like winks at Grigor a little bit. Again,
Tough.
She's in like her like late 40s and 50s, right? She's kind of graying, but still blonde. Super attractive. Winks right at you.
Praise the Lord.
Serenity says, I wouldn't be involved with her. She just decapitated the last lover she had.
Thorn kind of comes up and claps Grigor on the shoulder. I wouldn't either. She just killed an ex-lover. And if you pissed her off, you'd probably be dead too.
Yeah, that's a weird lover's quarrel.
All right, so you guys are here basically in front of the tavern, sheriff's office, and the pathway north in Arcanine. We'll go ahead and load that up, I suppose. Right there in the northern path going towards the field there. And you guys have completed the quests that were sent on to you by both the previous and current sheriff. What do you guys do?
A long rest. I need my spell slots back. A long fucking rest, please.
All right. Yeah.
I want to go over to the gnome. That necrophiliac gnome. To get the potion in the scroll identified.
Okay. So at this point, the party's probably going to take a long rest, and during this long rest, you guys are going to do many things. You guys will naturally get the magic items identified. Kerbec, what you learn is that the magic items, and you do tell everyone else about this. After the long rest, you guys will discuss it. You get a potion of invulnerability, which, like it sounds, it makes you invulnerable. And the scroll is a scroll of protection. And the black pearl is a magical pearl used for very dark magic. And he offered you around 500 gold for it, but you said you'd get back to your party. Because you promised Serenity that you would talk to her. So, during this long rest, again, as agreed on, the long rests are a week long, 7 days. You guys take a lot of time to recuperate. You guys recuperate your wounds. I know they were healed up, but you guys are still, sore. You guys do go around, eat fresh meals. You guys relax. Grigor, during your long rest, you spend a lot of time praying to Pelor. You spend a lot of time at the church, and you do provide small miracles as needed to heal, disease, cure illness is what was needed by the townsfolk. Serenity, you do find yourself at the bar for the most part. While you guys are taking this long rest, there are many travelers going in between towns. You guys do hear news that the Orc Nation is actually readying itself for war. It does appear that at any time the town of Eden might get attacked by the Orc Kingdom. Eden would be where you're from, Grigor. You do hear troubling news from that direction. You guys hear plenty of other news regarding politics in the kingdom. You guys hear from townsfolk that the local princes and nobles are fighting over who would be in the position of Arcanine, and the local prince doesn't really have anything to do with it. He's kind of a snobby teenager who assumed a lot of power because his father died as king and left only a child to rule the kingdom. One significant evening that you guys had was when everyone was at the bar. You guys have grown closer as a group. Many of you guys didn't have many backgrounds to turn to. While you guys were at the bar, you did hear plenty of bards and poets take their time to read to you. So we'll go ahead and end on a slight bardic note here. You guys do hear a poem that brought most of you guys to tears just hearing it, even though some of you guys couldn't even understand it. It went like this, and I apologize for this. Cordonner, cordonant, mel na urid. On sinemel nan sin mistress, tiraha ithia. Stand tank in sermendon, bilton sin romas. If sin vendu close lui, sinil here I neld. Ha ne ekor na wed, be ekor o dergir. Does he brew a bridal gown, silk, thilovern, bo a thradar sin gwen with a melnir. Sin berethi praise, sin gweith throughout I do, the lady harfat dargir, ear in aftu. Sin vrana bar, a newfound adar, Hall's sin built field with gel al lalagith. Legend Dyrr penas reten in sin honor. Ba knows I do hair, o sin panas. I nightmare I na uber agla. Nameless was kind to translate this to you guys as the following. Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. Love is eternal. Give your heart to your mistress, guard it well. Stand firm in your tower, build tall your wall. If you listen closely, you'll hear the bell. Is it a ring to wed or ring of war? Does she need a bridal gown, silk and white? On wedding day, you leave with heart remorse. Your wife, she prays, you live throughout the night. Delayed a hard-fought war, 1 year after, you return home, a newfound father. Halls you built filled with joy and laughter, heroic odes written in your honor. No one knows the dark side of your story, the nightmare that is eternal glory.
Beautiful.
I'll go ahead and post that so you guys can read that, of course. That is an official Tolkien Elven language, by the way.
Cool.
At that point, you guys have taken a long rest. Now, if you guys want to do the research on your own, you guys earned enough experience to be promoted from level 3 to level 5.
Ooh.
You guys dealt with a lot of things that could literally one-shot you today. So good job, and we will see you on the next episode, hopefully in 2 weeks.